but don't go too far. Once you have this idea, you learn new information, then it's time for you to execute it. So early afternoon today, I had a downtime and I was thinking of creating content while my wife is still in the dentist, and I was walking with my son in the park and it was pretty cold. Hey, what's up everyone? So I was planning to shoot a video here, but it's pretty cold. Like there's still some ice and I think it's still -6 or -8. But anyways, I'm just gonna shoot this quick episode for you so that I'm gonna share with you my thoughts why I stopped learning. And I tried to shoot myself with my camera, but it's just too cold. I'm almost having a frostbite in my hands, and I'm just worried about my son because I don't know how he feels or what he's feeling. So I decided to go back to the building and just wait for my wife, and then suddenly I fell asleep. So anyways, right now I'm just scrolling through my content and I'm just trying to brainstorm what are the things that I will produce right now. And I was going through all my content on my website, and I just had this epiphany that it kind of reminds me that the time when I had an idea, I was so excited to share it. Sometimes I don't share everything because it feels like I need more information before I share it so that I can support those ideas and I can back it up and maybe justify that that idea is brilliant. But when the time that I had this idea, it kind of like pushed me that I need information so that I will know what to do next and all the pillars so that it will be formed as a one big whole idea. And then what I realize is the more I consume information, the more I get hungry, the more I become frustrated. Because sometimes when I go through all the information, consume everything, it feels like I am going nowhere. And that is the problem about having the idea, getting more information, consuming more information. Because if you just keep doing that, I was in the same page before, the more you consume information and you do nothing about it, the more you become frustrated. And that's what I feel. And then after those times, I just decided it's time for me to execute, because I spent months and years trying to figure it out without any execution, trying to justify those ideas that these ideas will be great, these ideas will skyrocket, but it didn't happen because I didn't execute a single thing. And then that's where I kind of get the momentum and trying to execute things. I was not consistent, but I was still in the process. And then once I was in the process of creating content or publishing content on social media, I kind of learned new stuff, which gets me excited. But I was really trying to be careful not to go sideways or not to derail my focus on what I'm trying to execute so that I can just nail whatever I want to accomplish. So what I did is when I was on the process, I start learning new stuff and I start documenting those stuff, even though I didn't publish it online, but I have it on my file. And behind me, I had my 8 terabytes full of files that untouched until right now, because it's simply right there. And I know there will be a time that I will be using those files, that I can reuse or recycle those files, even though it will be 2 years old, 3 years old, I don't know. But I know that I'm gonna use those files in the future. So what I'm thinking right now is, if you have this idea, and of course you need more information, you need to do a little bit of research, but don't go too far. Once you have this idea, you learn new information, then it's time for you to execute it. Because it's not getting or learning more information, it's about learning one information and then execute the things that you just learned, so that you will build the momentum, so that you can have the process of, let's say, black, and then you have white, then another black, then you have white. It's kind of alternate, and it will not bore you to death, because when you have alternates, the process will become more fun and the process will be more easier for you to create more stuff. So that's why I learned, and I feel like it's time for you, if you have this idea, it's time for you to execute what you just learned. You don't need to learn the whole alphabet, you just need to learn the first 2 or 3 alphabets, then you should execute what you just learned. And once you are in the process, it's time for you to document what you just did. Simply just talk to the camera of what is your progress right now, what have you accomplished, or maybe write on the journal. That's what I'm trying to do right now, but sometimes I'm not really consistent because I have a lot on my plate right now and I'm trying to cope up with everything, and those are just my realization right now. And then lastly, just share your thoughts, share your journey, share your whatever you have right now. Although it sounds bad on your part, but it looks great on the other people's end, because they will see the raw, they will see the process that you've been through, and they will see and excited to see the transformation that you will become to the future. Especially social media right now is being how transparent you are to your audience and being just who you are. That's why self-awareness is very important, that you really need to know who you are, and whatever other people tell about you can be a good stuff, it could be a bad stuff. You know exactly who you are, you know exactly what you stand for, you know your vision, you know your mission, and you know why you're doing it. Is it because for yourself, or is it because for your family, is it because for your son, is it because for whoever the reason that is why you're doing it, or it is just simply because you want to change other people's lives. So those are some of the things that is going on in my mind right now. So if you feel the same way, I think it's good for you to do the same, which is to consume information if you have this idea, and then execute what you just learned. And then while you are executing that information that you just learned, then try to document the process. Either you record yourself like in audio, so whatever form you would like to record the process that you're in right now. What was the result that you're trying to accomplish? What was the result of the things that you just did? Was it successful? Was it bomb? What was it, a failure? So just try to document it. Although I don't know where you're at right now in the process, it could be you still have this idea, or you already have this idea and you're already consuming content and you have trouble executing those ideas in the real world, or maybe you are already in the process but you just don't know what to do, or what are the things that can fuel you up. And that's basically documenting what you have and what you're going through right now. It is a struggle, it could be a success. Just try to document all those stuff, and this is what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to document all some of the things that I captured. I didn't really share it online, I just simply choose which part is going where, and I think you should do the same. And then there will be a time that is worth to share those moments, especially the struggle that you have, and just share it to your audience so that they will see exactly what you've been through, or what are the things you did to overcome those objections, to overcome those obstacles, to overcome those fears, to get you where you are right now. So again, I don't know where you are in the process right now, but I guess it is worth it to document your journey. So I hope you discover something in this episode. Always remember, do more what makes you awesome. And I'll see you tomorrow. Ciao for now.